Hello my friends, it's Jen Bach with By the Shore Stamping. Welcome in to a new YouTube video. I know I haven't done any fresh videos in quite some time, but I'm hoping to remedy that in the coming weeks. I just feel like I've neglected my YouTube channel a little bit and I miss doing videos for you. So I am here to showcase this Documenting the Day stamp set today and to do a little scrapbooking for you, which I haven't done in a while either. So I'm going to share a little technique for this. I love this sentiment set for titles for scrapbook pages. Let me share one that I did for a demo at a virtual event recently. So you can see this is the cute little, using 6x6 paper triangles across to do a cute little layout here. You can see, but down here, I used the baby wipe technique to do this title here. So you make like an ink pad out of a baby wipe and then you get that ombre look, which is kind of cool. So I did that one to feature Shelby's ideal day. And then this one, I'm gonna actually do some pictures from one of my perfect days, which was the day that Nate proposed. We actually had a nice hike and then we got engaged and then we went to just Subway with the grandkids and stuff. So it was just a really fun day. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. I kind of planned most of this out. So I'm going to kind of assemble it on the fly for you. So I'm gonna just kind of quickly go through this and then we'll show you a new technique or a different technique from the other one for that same stamp set. So I'm gonna just tape this down. And I am using contraband adhesive at the moment because I'm still unpacking from a crop weekend and I don't know where my other adhesive is. So I'm using with this the Country Lace Designer Series paper. So these are all patterns from that pack of paper, and I used this darker one to kind of be the main part here, the base for most of my layout. I did tear the edges. I love that look. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to attach, before I attach this to here, I'm going to use these strips underneath. So I'm just going to attach those down first. And then I'm going to do this one. This is where it's handy to have some grid paper, but I'm just using the edges of this pattern paper to do that. And now I can go ahead and attach it to the layout. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to those layers that I just added. And then we'll stick this right in the middle of the layout. Okay, so that's kind of the base here. Now I do want something to kind of anchor the photos themselves. So I have a strip here of some stripes, and I'm going to do the same technique here, but I'm just using a pop of color to really ground this element. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just go ahead and add some adhesive here to the bottom of this, and then I will attach this on top of the green. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the layout. And I've cut my photos to 4 by 4.5. And I already matted them on some white cardstock just to save us a little bit of time. So you can see I've got, this was the first photo of the day. It was hiking at Sabaday Falls in New Hampshire. And then there was the proposal. And then this was just at Subway. So a little trick here. So see, you can see this guy behind me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this right behind the other photos so that it kind of covers that part of it, so you don't even see it. And I'm going to kind of push it so that these are right up against the edge like that. Okay, and kind of on an angle. So I'm going to go ahead and just tape those down flat. And then I will pop the other ones up. And I don't know, I'll have to look to see where my dimensionals are, because I want to add a little bit of lift to that center photo, because that was, of course, a highlight of the day. So I'll put that here like that. And then I just need, what do I have here? I have a couple of pieces. Maybe I can make this work. Put this here. Whoops. And this here, all I have is some leftover little foam strips, but you know what? I'm going to make it work because, again, I have not unpacked since the event, so we'll just do this. Hopefully, these might be a little bit different heights, but it'll be fine. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just take those off. And we'll attach this. Again, I'm going to make sure I cover that guy behind me. Mostly. Won't cover all of it, but I don't really want this one to be crooked. I'm going to put this kind of on straight like that. And actually, these are too high. So hold on. This is probably the good thing about using contraband adhesive. Oh, except I used the good stuff for dimensionals. But I can probably take this off because I want this to be a little bit lower because it wasn't really grounding those photos like I wanted. I put it too high. So that's one good thing about using the less strong adhesive. I'm just going to add a little bit more to this because I just pulled it off. And I'm going to just slide this down just a tiny bit so there's less of that blue showing there and more of the green. Okay, now let's put these back like so. And like so. And then like so. There. That's better. So now you can see that little bit of green. So it kind of grounds those a little bit. All right, so next up, let's go ahead and stamp the title. So I'm, again, using that Documenting the Day stamp set. And this would be ideal with some skinny washi tape. I cannot find my washi tape for the life of me. I don't know. I don't have a ton of it anymore. So I just took a little sticky note and I cut it in half to do a thin strip. Okay. And I'm using Balmy Blue and Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to ink the top half of this up in the Balmy Blue. Okay, so I'm just doing this top half so that that middle part is not getting inked, ideally. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to take a sponge dauber. I could just ink the other side too, but because that Post-it note is now misbehaving a little bit, I'm going to use my sponge dauber and do the Night of Navy, or I'm sorry, Misty Moonlight on the bottom of this so that I don't have any bleed. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my, let's move these out of the way. And I'm going to grab my Stampin' mat, my Stampin' Pierce mat. We want like a nice solid image, so I just want to do that. I'm going to pull these off now. And my stamp is very stained, but it won't matter. I'm just breathing on this to reactivate the ink. The stamp set is stained pink, but there's no pink on here. So what I'm going to do, in case you haven't figured it out already, is I'm going to use that little open space to stamp my sentiment. So, do I want a perfect day? I think that's going to be too little. So, I think what a wonderful day, and it's going to kind of fill that in a little bit. So, I'm going to use that one. And we're going to go ahead and pick that up with a block. And I think I'm going to just do, instead of using one of the blues, I'm going to just use, I could use green, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use black. There's black in the photos too, so that will work. I just think the colors will look better together. So I'm going to do What a Wonderful Day. We're going to stamp that right in the middle. Like that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we're going to make that a title down here. So I'm going to trim this out. I'm not sure if I'm going to fussy cut around it or if I'm just going to trim it. So we're going to start with trimming, and we'll see what we think. And then if I decide I want it to be trimmed out, I will do that. But I'm thinking kind of like this. I might trim them down on the sides and maybe do a banner. But I'm thinking kind of put it up here. I can probably trim it a little bit skinnier, so I'm going to do that. And I'm going to just trim that down. Get it nice and tight in there. Oop. Try not to move that. Oops. Come on. Like that. And then I am going to trim a little bit off on each side. What have we got? How about like that? I'm going to trim off a little bit more on this side. Okay, so there we have it, nice and trim. And I'm trying to think, do I want it like here? Probably. I'm going to put a little banner end on this side, I think. So we'll snip that and that, and we can pop this up as well. What a wonderful day, like that. So this side's just going to be regular adhesive right here, and then I'll use my little foam adhesive strips things again because I don't know what my dimensionals are at the moment, but this will be fine. All right, I think these were left over from a paper pumpkin kit anyway. So I'm going to take these off. And then we'll stick that flush against the edge of the page. Like that. I love how Haley, this is our granddaughter, I love how her hand is on his cheek. It's just so cute. All right, and then I pulled from our labels, something in labels, ephemera pack. I just looked it up before I went live and now I forgot already. And I just wrote the date, and I'm gonna grab some of the Night of Navy baker's twine from the Winterly Treetops, or the Nests of Winter bundle, suite I should say. I'm gonna use that. We'll wrap that around a couple times, and then we'll tie this. I might just do a knot because I didn't really leave a lot of space on this side, this other side. So we'll just do, now I have too much, but that's fine. We'll just do that. And, oop, that was a little tight. I almost cut it off. All right, let me just fix that. I need ribbon scissors for this, because they're fraying. There we go. All right, so there's that. And then I'm thinking maybe I can put that up here. Again, with a little bit of dimension. So we'll grab this. And this. And then I'll just use a little bit of it here. Like that. We can pop that here. Okay, and then I did go ahead and stamp from the stamp set. There's a little heart here. So I did stamp a few of those as well, just to kind of add a little accent here. Now, where do I want to put them is the question. I'm thinking maybe down here, kind of filling in a little bit of that open space, maybe, or I could put them over here to accentuate that title a little bit more. Draw your eye over there. They kind of get a little bit lost there, I think. Oh no, I kind of like that. I'm looking in the video screen. I kind of like that. I think that's cute. So I'm going to go ahead and put those there. So we're just going to tuck that under here. One over here. And one down there. Or maybe I could put it up top too. No, I'm going to leave it down here. Okay. That's that part. And then I do have some little embellishments, so maybe we'll put those on here just to draw a little bit of attention, like so. And then you have a finished page. I could add some journaling down the bottom. I could use a little journaling strip here, which I might do, like just take a piece of white and then kind of tuck that in. I'll have to kind of lift this a little bit. Tuck that in here and write some other details about the day. And then that would be my finished project. If you wanted to kind of up level it a little bit more, you could maybe do a little faux stitching with a marker, which maybe I will with my little Night of Navy marker. I could do some stitching around the edges just to kind of finish it off and, you know, round out some of that white space. But I just wanted to show you that cute way to use that stamp set to kind of block out the middle and then use that as your title. And then of course there was this one here where I created a little banner and used the baby white technique to get a colorful ombre look too. So lots of ways to use this stamp set and lots of occasions where this one would be very useful. And this is of course a celebration reward, so if you spend $60 you can get this guy for free. So lots of new stuff in the online store too, so if you want to check that out you can go to jenpitta.stampinup.net. I'll leave the link in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and click the like button, and if you really want to make my day, go ahead and click subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.